Well, I'm John Furrier with theCUBE here in Maui for ACTAI Global's theCUBE. Second year NYC Wired program, open community. Got a great vision around the future of studios and content, and super secret project, which we can't get into because it's not yet announced, but it really speaks to kind of where the market's going with AI, honestly, with physical and digital kind of connecting. It's all coming up. Thanks for coming on, appreciate it.
Great to be here.
You know, we're talking before we came on camera, you got the super secret project coming out, but it's, it's AI, obviously, roadmap. The content business is one half complaining and screaming, oh my God, I'm gonna lose my job, and my copyrights and all this stuff. And then the other hand, you got innovators on the frontier looking at the opportunity. As Bill Ty says, chaos is opportunity. What's your view on how this world's changing? Because you have almost, the same SaaS apocalypse kind of vibe going on with media. If you don't adapt, you die, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I run a company that I've run for the last 2 years. It's been like we've grown very, very quickly. We had a team of engineers, and we run a content studio business. And I just know from in my seat, running that business day to day, within those 2 years, the tools available in AI are it's crazy what's happened in the last 2 years, to the point that I've now transformed the studio that I built. I actually can remove it now. And also we've removed 6 engineers because the AI has replaced those guys. So to see that impact in your business, and also obviously the financial aspect is staggering to me. So we use these tools. So as a result of that, as an entrepreneur, the agents have taken away a bit of my time. It's freed me up a little bit, not fully, of course, but a little bit. And I as an entrepreneur is thinking, we've got to take these agents to the mass market. So, I think the problem is in the next 12 months, there's going to be agents everywhere. Okay, and the mass market's going to find out about it, almost like what you saw with Shopify. Everyone had a shop front. Everyone you knew built a store. So then the challenge becomes, how on earth do you discover these tools? Because even if you have a huge marketing budget, how are you? I can't remember half the names of the people here that I've met. How am I going to remember the names of agents that someone's built to help me do my weekly shop or manage my subscriptions or whatever it might be? So I had to choose as an entrepreneur 2 things. Number one, pick a day-to-day point of friction or problem or headache that lots of people have, and have the agent fix it to the point that there's ROI. What you spend on the agent in terms of time and finance, the ROI the agent delivers you way more. So this is the first thing, and we figured that bit out. And then secondly, how do we name it and brand it in such a way that there's no fucking way that someone will forget the name of this? That's the challenge.
And to see a noise in some level, but also there's signal in there, right? You need like a directory of agents, like almost. Reminds me of the World Wide Web before search engines came out. It was like, what's that URL? Of course, I remember the generics, but like it gets populated.
It's weird that we thought that brand and storytelling and so on had maybe moved away because it's all about the technology. But as technology goes closer to zero, of course, it's never going to, software development is never going to go to zero. But as you build tools that allow people to build technology very, very quickly, without huge teams, without huge budgets or physical infrastructure, what happens is brand actually becomes more important than ever before. And
brand loyalty. I mean, you see there's Apple, for example, they went through multiple waves, ups and downs. Now they're obviously skyrocketing. Brand loyalty is super valuable because people are going to be associating their life with this. And I think the content is intriguing to me. And we were talking before we came on camera around what AI is doing. Certainly a lot of vanilla content, but it's changing the craft. And talk about your studio. Scope, first of all, how big is the studio? What's the studio's focus? There's many different versions of a studio these days. People have home studios. They have some basic production. What are you guys working on there? What was the base like? So
we're a B2B business, and our clients are online casinos. And the online casinos could be in China. They could be it could be anywhere. Not supposed to say China, but it could be China. So
Asia Pacific.
So we have gaming companies and online casinos as customers of ours all over the world. Number one. Number two is there's thousands of games in online casinos, slot games, crash games, live poker games, and guess what? AI is now making better versions of these games quick. You know, you don't need now like artists and all the rest of it to build games. So we had to build as a company, if we wanted to be an entrant into online casino content, which is what we do, we had to build something so different and unique on the human eye to break through. So I did a lot of research before we started this company. What are the most trending videos on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok? And there's a whole category of things where people throw 200 ping pong balls over the side of, or down some stairs, or they like hit a soccer ball trying to hit something in the distance. People do these challenges on Instagram, and one of the categories of this type of content that's extremely popular is marble racing. People watch old school marbles racing down this track, and there's something perhaps nostalgic about it. There's an ASMR element to marbles on wood. You know, it sounds cool, the motion's cool. And people watch, like millions of people watch these videos. So I looked at that. Then I looked at this other thing. I went to many European cities, you know, Amsterdam, London, Paris. They all have shops that sell plastic ducks. You know, like I think in Amsterdam, there's 7 or 8 shops that sell. People love these ducks, and people race ducks in charity things all over the world. They have charity duck race through the village river. So I wanted to build a river that did this, so people could bet on it. So anyway, so to answer your question, what does our studio do? We build physical structures, marble race, duck race, coin flip machines, plinko boards. We build things like that, which we then film using PTZ cameras we talked about earlier today, Canon PTZ. We film the whole race taking place. We live stream it to online casinos, and people sat on their sofa can bet on duck number, you know, the Elvis duck, or they can bet on marble number 2 or whatever they're into. So we make chaotic video stuff that's bettable.
And so you mentioned earlier on your focus as an entrepreneur, you got to look at those workflows. What was some of the things that jumped out you as you started going through the transition and transformation of, you know, AI, and start thinking about the tooling for your studio? What was the focus? How did you prioritize that piece of it? Because that seems to be the trend, and we're hearing it again here. I hear it everywhere I go. Don't do a side pilot project. Pick something core that you know you can take out or drive revenue. Not just cost takeout, but this seems to be it's not like the old IT days. Where it's like, hey, get some approval, get the budget, deploy it, roll it out, waterfall it out. Now it's like you can game it out. What's your thoughts on that?
So what happened? We probably have built 50 games. So the reason we needed a huge warehouse was because it's like Mr. Beast style warehouse. We're making all of these crazy games, and some of them were popular, some of them weren't. So we needed space that allowed us to iterate. It's this kind of like, and a lot of people are like, why build that thing if it's not going to work? It's like, well, that's the way business is. Sometimes it doesn't work, but you only know by trying many. So after we'd built 10 or 11 games, marble racing, duck racing, we gave it to our clients. And I remember one client in Asia said to me, he said, our customers love your games. The marble race, the duck race, they love them. It's amazing AI. And I said, thank you very much. I said, what? He said, no, it's amazing AI video. I said, what are you talking about? We have a marble track and a duck river. And he didn't believe me. He said, I don't believe you. And we filmed it so well with these Canon PTZs that he thought it was all made up.
And you're like, good idea, write that down.
So I had to like have one of my team walk around the studio showing him the actual thing. But it made me realize my content is real world, but it's not real world enough. So we started making games on phones. And then I was at this conference in Vegas about 6 months ago. And I know you know about this technology, but I saw a stand which was tracking people as they walk through the casino floor. And I said to this guy, what's this technology? And he said, oh, we use the same stuff that Tesla used to track vehicles and pedestrians. So I said, does it work live? He said, yes. I said, is it accurate? He said, yes. So I immediately thought we can make a betting game based on tracking people and vehicles. So 2 weeks later, we acquired the rights to CCTV footage, real traffic, real roads, and we applied this software on it where we put like a line in the middle of the CCTV and it counted the cars passing. And we launched it as a game and it blew up. It's our most popular game.
And what are they betting on? Whether someone turns left or right or volume?
It's a 30-second game. and you get to say, is it over 36 cars or under 36 cars? Is it odds or even?
Yeah.
So in 30 seconds, how many cars? It's like roulette, but for
that's awesome.
cars. And it went viral. But we're using AI in that game because number one, we're taking the CCTV feed. Number two, the AI clips 30-second segment from the live. Number three, it counts how many cars. Number four, it prices the odds. Number five, it tests everything.
You're
works.
a bookie.
Yeah,
basically, you're a bookie.
So now I don't need my studio. All this crazy physical studio where I built all these mad games. All our games now are based on videos. So I have somebody in London right now, because Arsenal have won the league today in the Premier League. I have someone filming the whole thing, and we're going to turn that into a game. Yeah,
I mean, we've been talking about physical AI. We were just talking about, physical AI and robo-taxis and autonomous vehicles.
Yep.
There's a lot of other robotics, but you're getting at a whole nother physical integration. And again, one of my pet peeves, Brian knows about, I say this all the time on theCUBE, is that the physical and digital worlds are coming out. You're essentially taking the physical world and gamifying it.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's exactly
and then you could pulse the zeitgeist and say, hey, the cooking videos are hot. Let's bet on that, or let's do whatever's trending.
We're speaking to now some people who've never ever been spoken to by the online casino industry. I'll give you an example. In Africa, we're speaking to people who film wildebeest crossing the plains, and they go across rivers with crocodiles in. They work with David Attenborough and stuff like this. But they're like beautiful content. But I can put AI on top of the wildebeest, tracking how many are going to cross the river, and if a croc grabs one of them, what happened, and we can turn that into a game.
We could turn ACTAI Maui into a game and bet on if Brian falls down over under on when he drops his board.
No, the first night we so where we see interesting application for this is Taylor Swift making a game for her fans. So her recording herself walking onto stage and filming all the fans looking at her, and they're saying to people, if you can guess how many fans I pass in this next minute, you win a chance to come to the tour with me. Stuff like this.
If they do the fan cam, we got to make sure that you don't bring your girlfriend, your secret girlfriend from your wife.
We can blur the face. We can blur the face.
That Coldplay thing. By the way, the guy on that fan cam where he had his mistress, he's a CUBE alumni. We interviewed him, and he's all the footage. That was the only video they had of him online, YouTube video of him like wearing a suit because he was a CEO. So our video that Brian and I did with that guest was like a zillion views. I forget what it was, but it was funny. Not funny, actually, sad for the couple. But all right, so what's next? I mean, I think agents are going to be big. Where's your head at in terms of how you see this evolving? Because obviously you're actually getting real-time feedback. You're like a forward-deployed creative. You're a forward-deployed entrepreneur because you're essentially leaning in to what's presenting to you.
We're going to launch, we're going to parcel up an agent of our own. I mean, I'm using agents now in the business, but it's still a bit tricky to set one up. It's getting easier. But in 12 months, my mum will have an agent, and my sister will have an agent, and my kids will use their agent. So I want to put a tool into the market to do that.
There's a lot of growth hacks. In fact, was just ironically just watching a video this morning on someone giving a little pro tip on Claude. You can actually give it an agent to scrape Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube shorts to see what's happening this week. So a lot more of these tools. So everyone's going to have access. You also got the creator market blowing up, especially in B2B. You're starting to see, explainer videos, a lot more. Media is becoming a personal thing. It's not like, you need to have the big studio. So people are going to want to develop. What's your view on that? Because you're going to see a lot more entrepreneurial bases where you have these micro communities, influencers. I mean, I hate the word influencer per se, but like that notion of like everyone's a media company, even the companies themselves.
We're in that crazy little era where things are popping up so frequently that we've probably got another 12 to 24 months of thousands of applications that can help you. But it's like our phones. There's only so much room for your favorite apps. So I mean, people yesterday were talking about things. I've forgotten about them already. So you're going to end up seeing a handful of them category kill.
Well, great to have you on. Thanks for sharing. Great opportunity. I love the market right now. It's so creative. It's so different. And if you just lean into it, you can get it. Thanks for coming on.
By the way, what an honor to be here in Maui. I know this looks like a backdrop, but this is real. Look at that. That didn't hit a blue screen, did it? That's real. That's heading to the ocean.
All right. I'm John Furrier with theCUBE. More coverage, it's a special event. Obviously, the innovators coming together, the builders, the operators, the investors are all coming together. It's a diverse crowd, all curious, exploring and being open like us. That's our motto, the NYC Wired program. Thanks for watching.